What's up, builders? So building an entire AI agent in one prompt window. Now, there are hundreds of these out on the market at the moment, and I usually ignore them. But this particular one is inside of Voiceflow, which is my agent builder of choice at the moment. So I figured I would take some time to talk about this new alpha release from Voiceflow and what it is capable of, and if it will take all of our jobs as bot builders, which, spoiler alert, I think the conversation is a little bit more nuanced than that, and I do not believe that to be the case. But that's what we're going to talk about today. So, there's a new homepage when you log into Voiceflow. This is a fresh, empty account here, just for us to play around. So, this in the center. Hi, Connor, what do you want to build? Describe what this AI agent is supposed to do. Be specific. We've been seeing this, for probably a year or two in a lot of different products. Build whatever you want. Okay. I do not like this general feature, by the way. I am much more of give me the open canvas. I want to learn the ins and outs of the back end of the platform so I can start doing the exact specific things that I want to do. But anyways, we have some suggested buttons here under the prompt window: customer support, receptionist, lead gen, outbound sales, rental service, appointment booking. That is pretty common. I'm going to click this and show you. When you click this button, it will populate the prompt. This AI agent helps clients book appointments with Urban Wellness, personal wellness studio offering massage, acupuncture, yada, yada, yada. Primary goal, client is ready to book. So it gives some stuff in the prompt. We're going to hit enter, and it will create a new project in Voiceflow for us. This does take a little bit of time, and if you pump more into the prompt window, it will take even longer, which I'll showcase here with round 2 here. But I wanted to show you what Voiceflow kind of has suggested and watch what happens. So you can see, all right, I don't need any tutorials. I know what I'm doing in here. Got a lot of stuff popping at me here, Voiceflow. Got a little glitch going on here. Might have to, okay, there we go. So, boom, we have a bot. We have an agent. You'll notice it's kind of already firing me. Welcome message. Hello, welcome to Urban Wellness. I'm here to help you today. Are you ready to book an appointment with us? Generated by AI. This is defaulted on for new projects. I usually go into interfaces and toggle this off because it annoys me personally, but that's okay. Oh, I thought this was going to be quick. There we go. And where is my... Oh, this is a fresh account. It's not pro. I can't even toggle it off. Whoops. That's okay. Sorry to waste everybody's time. I'll cut this out in post-processing. Okay. This is what has been populated here, which is a bunch of agent nodes. You'll notice that each one of these on the canvas is a new agent. And if I come into content, you'll see that 7 agents were generated and nothing else, right? No tool calls, no prompts. These are the base variables in Voiceflow, so it did not put any new variable types in, but this is the workflow. And if we click into each one of these agents, there's usually a sentence or two pre-populated in the instructions. Welcome the client warmly on behalf of Urban Wellness. Ask openly if they're ready to book an appointment today. And the other thing that is on here are the exit conditions, which is needs and more information, ready to book an appointment. So this has all happened based on the prompt instructions, which are, hey, we're going to set a bunch of agent nodes on the canvas, give some light instructions, and then the exit conditions to route to various ones, which if we go ahead and test this thing, hello, welcome to Urban Wellness. Are you ready to book an appointment? Would you like to learn about what we have to offer? Yeah, what are your massage packages? Make sure you've got all the details. Actually, I want to do this in the testing so I can show you what the routing is. I need to move my face again. All right, so this is the debugging window popping up right here. On the bottom, on the right-hand side, we have the chat. What can I help you with today? I want to book a massage. So you can see entry routing. We're sitting here. It is exited. We've hit the ready to book appointment exit condition for this agent node. Now we're in this appointment intake, which is collect the client's full name, preferred service, yada, yada, yada. So that's what's happening here. My name is Connor, and I'm looking for a Friday afternoon appointment. Which Friday, time range, it's asking, some more specific questions so it can dial in here. This Friday, please. 1 to 3 works. And my email address is Connor. No, I've never been to the clinic before, so I don't have a preferred therapist. Perfect. And now you can see that exit condition has been satisfied here, which is all information collected from this appointment intake. It's going to the next one, which is confirm availability. It doesn't have anything to check against here in this agent, and that's kind of where I wanted to lead this conversation. So we had a prompt, put a bunch of agent nodes on the canvas, and it solves this like blank canvas. I'm not sure how to control this conversation thing. I'm going to put a bunch of agent nodes on here with the various exit conditions, and then it's up to you as the builder to go fill out more things inside of this. So it's giving you can see that each one of these agent nodes are styled with colors, like green for, this is positive, appointment confirmed, red for, hey, like we need some action, and you might have like an error check here. This one is manual booking follow-up required, and that's because there's no availability or needs manual follow-up. There's nothing that is in this agent that is connected to anything, so it doesn't have any comparatives. So, okay, we have one prompt. Let's see if we can like push the limits on this. Come back here to the bottom, go back to the dashboard. All right, now this prompt, I'm going to pull up off screen that I've generated. My last video, we dynamically rendered some buttons and cards and carousels and stuff like that. So this is kind of a long one, but this is a personal fitness coach bot. And I'm kind of being a little bit more detailed here with the persona, the primary objective, the knowledge and the scope, like I want workout plan creation, exercise form, technique guidance, basic nutrition principles, and let's scroll down to button usage, right? And I'm giving the JSON format that Voiceflow is anticipating when they're using the buttons in the dynamic agent block. Same thing with cards, same thing with carousel, right? I'm going to give the JSON. I've got URLs here. I've got images. So I'm throwing a bunch of stuff inside of this prompt window to see what it generates. Take a sip of some coffee here. It's a tiny cup, but it's Colombian. It's strong. Can see into the future. I need like elevator music for this part. So while this is spinning out, I'll just kind of say, so as kind of a reminder, we put in a prompt of what we wanted, and from a conversation control perspective, it did a pretty decent job of like structuring the overall conversation from agent nodes. You'll notice that there weren't any other specific Voiceflow nodes on the canvas. And since the agent node has launched, there has been, I'd say, a push And that's probably it's based on users. It's not like Voiceflow is gathering this data themselves. More people are hanging out inside of the agent nodes than anything else on the particular canvas. So I still think it's important to understand what some of the other blocks are, because there are certain instances where I use them, especially handing off from one agent to another. Sometimes I'll do some additional things with variables and API calls and functions that I want to execute programmatically every single time, and not have the LLM like make the decision all of the time, because when the LLM is always making a decision, you're adding some variance. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Fitbot, your personal fitness companion. I'm here to help you on your fitness journey with personalized workouts. Okay, so I got this. You'll notice that this is a much beefier like build comparative. Like, look how many nodes this are. So it's like, wow, this put a lot of agents on the canvas. 18 agents. When I actually tested this the first time, it did 25. So it's pretty cool that I can throw this many agent nodes on the canvas. But remember, like, you as the bot builder, you're the one that has to upkeep and manage this. So I do think there are diminishing returns, and there are pluses and minuses from breaking things up into a bunch of like mini sub agents versus throwing everything into one agent. Now that depends on what the build is, but let's just go through what this one is. So I'm going to start again here. We sit in main entry, request intent routing. You can see start fitness assessment, workout recommendation, progress, nutrition guidance. This medical or out of scope inquiry did a good job. I put this in the instructions, which is, hey, you are not going to provide any medical advice. So that's good that this gets picked up and thrown into the agent. So it is listening to what I have put in the prompt window, and then just a general question catch all. All right. Understanding where you are in your fitness journey helps me create a workout plan. I would consider myself advanced. Excellent. Advanced level. So then we have an assessment agent that it has passed to, goal selection. Well, let's talk about what drives you. I do like, this is some interesting styling. I like these emoji buttons here. I want to build muscle. Chat ended. Why did that happen? Execution failed. Runtime, intent matched none. Intent predicted none. I want to build muscle. I wonder why that happened here. User indicates their main fitness goal. How did I hit end there? Execution failed. Let's try that again. So this brings up a good point. Like, this just happened live, is creating the agent itself. Like, that takes a certain amount of knowledge, awareness, skill in what you're doing. But the most important piece of this, one of the most important pieces of this, is testing. Like, you really have to hammer these agents into the ground to understand the routing, to understand their behavior. And I think this like general prompt window coming in, look, Voiceflow, they're just putting it out and it's alpha. It's going to get better. They're going to add more things with tool calls and say, hey, this is my Airtable API key. Like, you could probably throw all the stuff in the prompt window and it will do this on the surface. But that does not give you like a free pass to be like, all right, this is great. I'm going to throw this right into production. So be careful. Select your fitness window. You can see I'm getting the different colors here for this. Advanced. Two years of consistent training. I always talk about what drives you. So this goal selected should go to equipment availability. Let's try. Oops. To lose weight. Amazing choice. Okay, there we go. So it exited for goal selection and then equipment availability. What type of workouts do you prefer? I like mixed. Right. Perfect choice. So it's pretty good if you have like a structured like quiz type, which I think is a pretty common use case for certain organizations, depending on like what their top of funnel is, or trying to qualify leads, or trying to gain information. So if you have like a subset of questions that you need to ask in a particular order, this is probably a really good tool for you to just kind of be like, all right, here are my questions that I want to throw in here in this particular order, and then have Voiceflow kind of set up this agent handoff for the various topics. Obviously, like this is a really early look, and this thing's only been out like a day, but you can see how I've kind of given it this like fitness goals. This is like going to be a type of coach thing. We're going to go through this type of quiz. You can fine tune this based on whatever really niche you're working with, and at least get something out on the street relatively quickly. Which, if you want to say like, what would I ever use this for at the moment? It's like demos, like spinning up some like relatively quick demos, which I mean, I already think that I can like do on my own, but depending on what the use case is, it may be like more straightforward to be like, all right, I'm going to throw this in and then give it to the business, especially businesses that have like zero experience interacting with agents and understanding like how they work. It's it's oftentimes the best thing to do is just get them a bot in their hands early, because then they tell you what they don't like and what they like, and that way you can craft and improve. Anyways, I'm kind of bouncing all over the place. Mixed variety, advanced training. Like you guys kind of get the gist on what this is, right? It's thrown a bunch of agent nodes, and it's just going to hand off to the various parts of the conversation based on what this does. And all of this stuff, like I can edit and look into it. It's all 1 to 2 questions, exit conditions. 1 to 2 questions, exit conditions. 1 to 2 instruction statements, not questions. 1 to 2, present a detailed workout card tailored to the user's goal. Now, this personalized workout card here, you'll notice that, remember I got really, really specific about, I wanted to have the ability to, create buttons and cards and carousels and stuff like that. If I clicked all of these agent nodes, not a single one of them has any of these toggled on. Like it took card as like it's like a summarization. So if I would have completed that quiz, that fitness quiz, whatever it was, it would have just summarized all of the points like up to this, which that's fine use case, but it's not exactly like, it didn't really have awareness of what's inside of Voiceflow, what my capabilities are inside of Voiceflow, which I find interesting, but I've already provided this feedback to them. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure that there's going to be more. Now, let's talk about what I want to see out of this, and then we can talk about the whole, like, is this going to replace all of them? Because I actually have a pretty strong opinion on this. What I want to see from this, instead of, let's come back to the dashboard. Instead of this prompt window where I'm going to put some instructions in, it's going to create an agent. Because even doing this like multiple times in a row with the same prompt is actually going to give you different results, which it's variety. I don't want variety. I want structure. I want consistent structure. And the way that I get that is not from this prompt window. I want an endpoint. I want generate agent, generate a new agent. And I pass a JSON file, which is .vf file, whatever, which in case you're wondering, .vf file is just JSON. I want to pass my own JSON file that I declare, where I say, I want this agent node that has this instructions, that has this tool call, and I put like, that has this function, that has this, like, I want to programmatically do that instead of new project on the dashboard, routing. And why? Like, why? Why do I want that? I want that because I believe it will make it easier to have a consistent workflow in generating new agents. And you start to templatize your own functions and agents and things that you build. Whereas like, okay, I have this company, they want this type of agent. I've already built something similar. So I'm going to generate a new one based on all this stuff, all this work that I've already done. If you want to take like, what's the level up of that? I think that it will allow us to productize agents using Voiceflow as the back end much easier, straightforward, quicker, useful. You already see this in Vappy, right? You can generate a voice agent in Vappy by declaring a bunch of instructions. And you see like all these N8N workflows where it's like, okay, I'm gonna, somebody calls in, I have this like pre-call flow. Somebody calls in, I grab their information in the back end from the CRM, and then I'm going to generate a new agent that's almost like custom tailored specific to the information that I pull in from the CRM. So it like generates almost a new agent on every single phone call. And I'm not saying that I necessarily want that in Voiceflow, but I do want the ability, like you can imagine like spinning up like a landing page or something like that, where it's like, hey, sign up, give me your URL, give me this information. And then you programmatically build an agent specifically for that use case. Like that's what I want to see from this. I don't want, oh, what do you want to build? We can do anything that you want. Like improvements in this window, that they don't appeal to me that much. So the other part of this, if we go more and more in this direction, say Connor, like as a bot builder, as somebody whose primary source of income, who's full employment, full-time employee building bots and agents, does this worry you? Does this worry you that the more and more that we go in this direction, the less valuable the individual builder becomes? I think that you can probably lump this conversation in the same thing with developers at the moment with like AI coding capabilities. You still need skillful people to understand and manage what the output is. The actual workflow is going to change. It's changed every second since ChatGPT launched at the end of 22. Like our workflows have changed. They change all the time, and they're going to change tomorrow and next week and next month and next year. That's not what's important here. That's not your value proposition. Your value proposition is not like, I can build a chatbot. I can build a voice agent. That's not what's valuable here. What's valuable is that you can build highly specialized, targeted, consistent, useful agents. That's what's valuable, which layers in management and understanding of what's going on and how to troubleshoot things. You have no idea. Like launching an agent into production is only the first step. There is so much that has to continue to happen in order to, because the users shape what's going on in the agent. You start to gain so much data on how people are interacting with it and what needs to be adjusted and what I need to add this to the knowledge base. This question is coming through. This is routing in a different way. There's so much that goes on here. And all of this stuff, it's not going anywhere. More and more businesses are going to have these agents integrated into a ton of different places in their business. And they need skilled professionals who understand what's going on in order to get the best out of these agents. So I don't think this is going to put us out of jobs. Like this thing just put out, yes, it's going to get better, but throwing 18 agent nodes on a blank canvas that has limited functionality on the surface, like it doesn't concern me. Like I want to harness it. I want it to get better because then I can focus on more potential high value tasks myself. Anyways, curious what all of your thoughts are on this topic in general, and do you like this type of workflow? I think there's a chance that new people coming in a Voiceflow, they try this and they're like, they might get more confused. I don't know. We'll have to see. They might say, okay, I can build this, but then they need an experienced person to come like, hey, this got me to X percentage. Maybe it's 50%, maybe it's 70%, maybe it's 90% in like simple build use cases. But I have no idea what to do to hook this up to my CRM or my like I don't know how to send like collect contact information and send myself the email. Like there's so many things, there's so many question marks where experienced people will fill the gaps that understand what they're doing in order to push this out. I don't know. I This is cool. It's interesting. It's something different. I probably won't use this in its current construction. Getting a Google notification of Voiceflow event is Voiceflow day. Anyways, curious to hear what your thoughts are and if you like this type of workflow as a builder, or this is a good opportunity for any of you to jump in and say, like, what would you like to see from this particular functionality? Because it's clear that the platform is pushing more into like this agent node dominating things. So do you want it to be able to declare functions and all this stuff in this window and kind of hit this quick button, or are you more like me, where it's like give me the blank canvas, or give me the structured JSON where I can declare things? But anyways, love to hear what your thoughts are and ideas on this, and talk to you guys soon. Happy building out there.